Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Breakdown, a Call of Duty talk show in which myself, Methods, and Scump discuss some Call of Duty action. We have some fun game segments. We have a lot to talk about today, and today might get a little controversial, or I don't know the correct word for it, but obviously with the recent OpTic struggles, we need to talk pretty candidly about what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys tuned in. We just got off the watch party, our final watch party day of the online split. Next up, we have champs, and we have a ton to discuss.
Bittersweet. It's always nice because it's like, yo, we don't have to watch online COD anymore, but then it's also like, shit, now we have no more COD. But I did tell Isabel that I have my weekends back, and she let out like a screech. I mean, she let out a screech. I said, this is the last one, and then we get our weekends back because, again, it's pretty much every single weekend for 5 or 6 months, or 7 months. I mean, there's a couple weeks off here and there, but she let out a fucking screech when I said that. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's waste no time. We've got the weekend review coming up right about now.
So it's up to you when it comes to the weekend review, how you want to do this and what you want to talk about.
What do you mean?
Well, I think there are a few important matches to talk about and a few not so important matches to talk about.
Kick us off with which ones you want to talk about. I say we do today's first. That's what we normally do.
I say we talk OpTic in general first.
Yeah, let's just talk about today's match. They play against Toronto. Riley, if you could pull those stats up. I do have a couple clips that I want to go over from that match. Hopefully they don't reset. Sometimes when the VOD gets published, they reset. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, overall, just a sloppy series again from the boys. We get 3-0'd by Ultra. And I mean, a couple things stick out to me whenever I first look at this, and the first one of that being is sub-base. We have an 11-1 record on the map. It's our best hard point. It's probably our best map and mode statistically. And Toronto comes out, hot start, punches us in the mouth. We're down like 80 or 90 to 0 before the series really even begins.
I mean, the entire split was obviously just polar opposite. I mean, coming off a Major 3 victory, I don't think anybody would have anticipated that OpTic would be going into the Major, the last seed, number 12. Starting in loser's bracket, Search and Destroy has been pathetic. I mean, there's no cohesion. There's no clutching. The post plants are going wrong. Like,
I got some clips to go over about the Search today.
We have post plant setups, and then everyone drops, or someone overchows, or whatever. Someone challenges a second before. We have a bait and switch opportunity, and we somehow don't get the kill, and they get a kill on us. Everything looks sloppy, but I do think it all stems from Search. Like, as much as I hate to see us losing respawns, you cannot be on an 11-game Search losing streak. Is it 10? 10. A 10-game Search losing streak.
It would have been 11 if we went to a game 5 and lost that. But yeah, I mean, it's not good enough. And the thing that worries me now, I mean, obviously you guys can see the stats. Kenny has a tough series today with a .64. Yesterday, Pred had a tough series. It's just, it feels like now what worries me a little bit is that obviously the pinpoint of where the issues stem from was Search, right? It was Search and Destroy. Now it feels like it's starting to leak over into some of the other game modes where we're starting to lose confidence and not play like ourselves in those game modes. We saw a glimmer of hope during the control today on High Rise where the guns started to get hot. Pred started to shoot really well. Dashy started shooting well. I think Dashy goes on a 10 streak. But yeah, it's just that glimmer of hope was too late. And it just scares me because, again, now we're going into the Major. Today was a big bounce back series for us. We lose to Boston yesterday, solidify ourselves in losers. Now we have a chance to beat a top team in Toronto, and we get 3-0'd. It just worries me about the team morale, confidence going into the Major.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we also look slower than we did before.
100%.
Like, I feel like every team is so much quicker. Like, the decision-making, the cohesion, the team chows, it just looks like we're like a step back. Like, we're like a second behind in every play we're making. It's a lot of individuals. It's just like, it's not up in your face. It's not like action-packed. It's not like what it was.
Yeah.
The pacing just seems off. I'm not sure if it was because the MCW gets buffed, play styles change with 3 trophies. Obviously, like, the game changed in these little ways that could technically change teams' play styles, but it looks like ours is pretty drastic.
Yeah. No,
like, I feel like
100%.
Pred and Shotzi have been playing at a different pace.
Yep.
And I think even Ken and Brandon been like of different pace as well. Just like it's weird. It's hard to actually pinpoint it, but it just looks off. Like, you can just tell.
There's a lot of hesitation. There's a lot of hesitation right now, and usually what that stems from is a lack of trust within the team. Like if somebody's calming something and you don't fully trust everything that they're saying, sometimes you'll hesitate. And even those little hesitations sometimes can throw off the timings. I saw an example of it today in the first round of the search. It just looks sloppy. It looks like we're not coordinated. It looks like I said, there's a lack of trust in the communication right now. And a 10-game win streak, I mean, I think it goes without saying that there's a lack of trust in the comms right now. And whoever's calling the strats, I'm sure it's Ant. Ant usually calls strats. He's probably calming stuff, and someone will make the play a little bit different or take a timing differently, and that can throw. There's so many things right now, and you can just clearly tell it's evident that the team has some confidence struggles and trust issues right now in the team, which is crazy. Again, a lot of people have been like, how the fuck does this happen? We just won a major. Now we're on a 10-game search losing streak, and we're 1-6. I mean, we've lost to basically everyone this split. We won our first match of the split. I forget who it was against. Miami, and then we've lost 6 straight. It's crazy, but let's take a look at some of these clips. You don't have my laptop? Yeah, that shit's plugged in, right?
I just think we need to show. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think when I watch, at least the way I personally feel, and I could be spewing out of my ass, I feel like we are very reliant on Shotzi to make plays, and when he's not making plays, we're like in quicksand.
Yeah.
Like it feels like Ant is like the only like facilitator when it comes to like starting a play or getting that 2-piece for them to us to advance on the map. And then when he's like not there, it just seems stagnant.
No, I agree. And teams, whenever they're game planning for us, whenever they're looking at that, I mean they're ISOing him. They're waiting for him in search and destroy. They're waiting for him to make a play. Today we're going to go through these clips again, like I was saying, but there's a couple times where we're just throwing a smoke at these cuts on 6-star search and trying to 3-run through it, and we did it 2 times. And it's just not good enough. Teams are going to read that. Teams are going to start catching on, and you could clearly see it. I mean, we can't retake a bomb site right now. We are getting absolutely fucking slammed. Riley, bring it to me whenever you're ready on the retakes. I mean, first and foremost, we're going to take a look at the propane clip. A lot of people were saying excuses, stop making excuses.
I mean, now this is bullshit, but like...
I tried to word it in a way where there was no way people could say that we were making excuses for the team. It's happened to everybody.
That's bullshit.
It's been happening to everybody.
Yes. It happened to FaZe, and it was bullshit against them. It was bullshit against us. That does not mean that we should be losing series the way we are. I mean, it's...
And here it is.
Saying.
So you guys can tell me, chat, if you guys think that this is a game-altering play with the propane. AG is pushed out into their right windows, spawn killing. He gets spotted, but then propane on a 5 streak, boom, blown to smithereens. And we end up going on to lose this round with a 6 live advantage. I mean, if AG is in that position, you got to think that we're probably going to close this round out. Because he dies, they then have us cornered on the point. They get 2 free kills off the point. Everything just falls apart after the propane. And again, not an excuse. It's been happening to everybody, but a little bit of unluckiness there for us, because I do think we close this map at the very least if that propane doesn't happen.
I mean, that I agree with. I do think we didn't show up maps 1 and 2 at all, so it just makes it seem like we're trying to make excuses when I promise you no one is. Like maps 1 and 2, we were severely outplayed, especially in search. Like you'll bring up some of these plays, but
yeah, you can bring it back to me.
I mean, I said it earlier in the watch party. It's like it's not proactive anymore. It's very reactionary. It's like we let them get the bomb down, and our play is just to smoke cuts and run through it and hope that Shotzi get the 2-piece.
So like
and
right
then
here,
even when Shotzi does get through, I'm not sure if we're gonna watch it. So Shotzi, I'm not sure. Do you have the clip where Scrap's laying down next to the fountain?
Yep.
You have that? Okay. Well,
yeah. So
we'll wait to talk about it. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
This is Insight's 2-piece?
Yeah, no, this is the very first round, so you guys can look at the mini map. We got Scrap solo, ISO'd, completely ISO'd, number 5 on the mini map. Got him ISO'd. We're going to hit him with a stun right here, but this is where I'm talking about that hesitation. See? Stun, jump chow from Bruce, and then just, I don't know what happens there. He's 45 health. We jump the corner, and he gets a kill. It completely swings the tide of the round, because now they have all the info in the world, and we got to come out on top with a kill there and
but
no
even
trade.
this, like, okay, go back because I'm gonna start being a little nitpicky here. So, I just said I think Shotzi is our only facilitator and playmaker right now. He should still be waiting right here. like he goes through first and he's able to get one, but like just based on the timing, like if they were together, Brandon would have instantly got that trade, and that could have been a different fight before he even got weak.
Yeah, and now
So,
Bruce
like,
is one shot. Toby's just going to run him down.
It might fly under the radar, but even then, like right there, Ant needs to play a second slower, wait for Shotzi, then they both push through together. Like the timing is just a little off.
Yeah, no, I agree. Right there. I mean, that's the first example of it. I mean, I have another one right here. It was unmuted. And here's another example right here. Riley, come to me whenever you can. Taking a look at this search round again. This is what we kept trying to do. Kept trying to just run through these smokes.
No, but this one's crazy.
This is the scrap round.
Right here. Pause this, please. Okay. One of two things needs to happen right here. Either they double chow this guy together instantly when they know where he is.
Yep.
Or the two players behind Ant, both ARs, Kenny and Dashy, they say Ant hop the bomb, and they both pick an angle and watch it like this, and they get a free defuse. Or at the very least, even if Scrap comes and kills Shotzi, it's a 2v1, and they force Insight out of position, and they force him to push bomb. Instead, there was no cohesion at all, and watch how it plays out.
I mean, yeah, this is just a very tough round because Scrap should be dead. Like, Scrap should be so fucked here, it's unbelievable. He's laying down Statue with a pistol, and Jamie doesn't even have over him. We're just a second too late again, and Jamie gets a free two-piece basically off of the kill that Scrappy gets, because now Kenny and Brandon are pushing up, and they're taking solo chows on Insight top window. He's just got a pre-aim, so that's another mishap, another miscue, and then here again another example of how we're trying to retake. Rally, bring it back. It's just tough. I mean, look at this. It's a smoke down mid-steps. Kleenex makes an amazing play. I mean, I want to give credit to Kleenex here. This is a great play. This Semtex right here.
That was gorgeous.
Oh, it's gorgeous. He backs up, throws the semi, gets us to hesitate a little bit, and now everything is just off. And I also want to highlight number 5, Scrap. They hit us with a little wrinkle here. Look at number 5 on the mini. We're 3 running through a smoke. Scrap pinches through middle. It's just textbook search and destroy, and we're not ready for it. It's just every round. I mean, you can point out, some of the problems that we're having in these retake scenarios. Every 4v4 retake on 6-star, and it is only on 6-star for a majority of these.
I mean, to be fair, at that point, your options are limited. Like, I do think once the bomb is already down, like smoke retake through mid is kind of like one of the few plays. But it just feels like if you look back at the major, like we're more proactive on the map. We're getting more map control. We're taking more space. Like, I feel like the prior version of our team that was playing confident right there would play for info and send 2 of our subs through like mid and start pinching and like start making plays in the map instead of defaulting to a smoke retake no matter the site every single time the bomb goes down. But it's all very nitpicky. I think everything's not going our way. Like, there was a time where we got the bomb down on the statue bomb site. We have a full setup. Kenny dies in the pinch without making anybody weak.
Yep.
Immediately that forces players out of position. Dashy needs to back up now. There's 2 people hitting that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was the second round. If you want me to go try and find it for you, I mean, we could break down this whole fucking search map if we wanted.
We can. It just, I'm like, I don't want this to get misconstrued because of course we have to talk negatively because we're seeing a lot of negatives. This team obviously has all the potential in the world to go out to the major
right here
and make a run, but right now, it is very, very just sloppy and like honestly confusing.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't really get it.
All right, Riley, if you want to bring it back to me, this is the round that Zinni was talking about. It's the second round of the game. I mean, you see our post plant. We got a 4v4 post plant. This
should be a round win.
Yeah, this is exactly what we want right here.
Right here, honestly, Kenny has 2 options. He either needs to make the kill or he needs to throw shoulders and play for info, and that way he can just flood bomb site, and then he'll have info, 1 or 2 pinching, whatever it may be. Instead, he dies, he's out of position. Now we lose numbers, we get pinched out. It just all falls apart.
I mean, we can even go forward to the next round. I'm pretty sure the next round is another retake that we try to do. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, we could go through this whole fucking map. Round number 3 right here. Boom. Bomb's going down at A, and it's another example of just a smoke and 3 hit through it, and it doesn't go our way. We're down 3-0 at this point. And this is look at how Toronto's playing it. It's just free. They're just playing off angles, looking one side, and ISO in the gunfights with team shots on it. I mean, against a team like Toronto, that's not going to work. It's just they're going to be too prepared. They're watching VOD. It's just not going to work.
I mean, you got to highlight Toronto as well because I think Toronto right now might be my favorite to win the major. I mean, right now, I think the favorites to win are probably Toronto or FaZe.
Oh,
so
yeah,
of course
100%.
you have to highlight Toronto. Like I don't want us harping on our negatives to like take away from how good Toronto's been playing, because I do think Toronto's looked incredibly good. But I think of like our Boston loss, and I'm just like, dude, how was that happening? Like Boston have not won a series since March. We're defending champions, and we go out and lose to Boston, which we see Boston get steamrolled today by Carolina. So it's like something looks off. I do think it's all like a mental thing. Like
100%. It's a case of the yips. Now it's
not exactly. It's not a player capability issue. It's not a talent issue. It's not a teamwork issue. I guess you can technically refer to it as a teamwork issue, but I think it all comes down to currently the team confidence. Like it just, when you're not winning, you start hesitating more and you start overthinking more. Then you get worse because your timings are off. Because even a millisecond or two in Call of Duty fucks up the entire team. So it's going to take that one match, and it's going to have to be at the major versus either Miami or Thieves.
It's that boy Pa. What's up,
good, Jay?
Yo, Jay, we love your casting on there, man. Oh man, we fucking love it. Whenever you hit him with a yo, you have Money Mark crying every time. But yeah, it's got to be better. They're gonna go back to the drawing board. I think it's Call of Duty's always been said it's a 90% a mental game, and whenever you're in your head in Call of Duty, again, those split seconds of hesitation, Call of Duty comes down to milliseconds. I mean, seriously, milliseconds. So whenever you're just a little bit off, or you're not taking gunfights as confidently as you always can, it can fuck the whole system. Yep. And that's why it's very hard to stay on top in COD, because again, these little things can add up, and you just see a team win a major and then go 1-6. It blows my mind. I don't understand it. I don't know what to pinpoint it on. But I have confidence in the boys. They have all the talent in the world. They just got to put the pieces together and pick up the pieces, because the pieces fell the fuck out.
Yep. And then we could talk about some other teams now. I mean, the most recent series we just watched, Thieves versus New York, was huge. I mean, Thieves go down 2-0 in the series and come back and win 3-2.
Yeah.
And that's heartbreaking for Carolina and amazing for LAG, because LAG now gets in the winner's bracket. Carolina would have gotten to the winner's bracket if New York won it. So now Carolina starting in losers, and LAG starting in winners. And I kind of feel for Carolina, because out of those two teams, I think Carolina are pretty clear-cut the better roster right now.
As of right now, I would agree with you. But we got to give credit to the Thieves, first and foremost. I don't know exactly what the stat is. I think it's pretty crazy, though, their record against the top 4 teams. This is do or die time for a lot of these teams, especially the Thieves. They had, I think, 155 points coming into this series. It's a must-win series for them. They come out, they go down 2-0 to a red-hot New York, and I will point out, I think New York threw this series. I will point that out. I think New York should have won this series. And we'll just bring it to me right away, Riley. Let's go into why I think that should have happened. Right here. Oh wait, is this the? Yeah, 7-7 right here. 3 stack on the point.
Well, there's also an instance where Sib didn't stack too.
And double 2-piece from Daniel Ghosty at the end of the map. Do you want to actually see where Sib doesn't stack?
Well, a Ghosty nade usually kills his teammates, so we see a successful Ghosty nade there, and it actually ends up helping them win the round, because they were literally a pubic hair off of winning the round right there.
A fucking pubic hair from winning. And you got to think right here, if New York gets this round win, this is the series. It's
100%.
This is the series right here. They're about to have a defense. They're up 2-0. They're about to lock it in. They're about to go up 2-1 on the O. They get killed by a double nade, which is honestly just a good play from the Thieves. Hold on. I thought that I clipped where Sib doesn't stack it. Yeah, this is the clip where Sib doesn't stack it. So if you want to bring it back.
I'm not sure if... I mean, I'm assuming he just didn't think he had the timing. He probably thought he couldn't cross. He probably thought these guys front cafe.
I mean, it doesn't get better than this. It does not get better than this scenario right here. Yeah. It's the start of the round.
Where is he?
You get a clean 4-piece. It does not get better than this.
That's him back cafe right now. Yeah, press play.
Yeah, number 8. He's coming along. They spawn
only
out.
Thing I can think.
They spawn out blue.
He's got to get in there. He's got to go.
They spawn out blue, so they got them spawning exactly where they want them. This is best case scenario for the offensive team.
Especially because where Hydra's at, because Hydra's cutting their entire spawn, basically. I mean, he's a guaranteed 1 kill if they push backside of Mannequin here.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at it. I mean, would you just look at it? He's going to get a kill, but then he's going to die. They now only have a 2-stack on the point, a 3-stack. I think if they 3-stack here, they just straight up win. If they 3-stack, Hydra plays his life and Mannequin, I think they just straight up at least capture A, because look how close they get with a 2-stack. That's another second and a half off.
I agree.
I think it's a toss.
Speaking of, I want to backtrack to OpTic for one more moment and just give my personal opinion on people who were like, roster change or drop someone. I can't think of a worse opinion than to make a roster change to a defending championship team because they have one bad split. Think back to Thieves back at Vanguard when they went on to win champs in the final major. They had one of the worst splits ever, one of the worst stints ever. They stuck it out, stood by each other, and got it done. This team does not need a roster change. They just need some confidence back and to get some swagger back in their gameplay. There is no trade or no player you can pick up. It just, honestly, I think it's illogical, and I think it's like people just stirring the pot trying to freak out. So
I mean,
that's an awful take, just so everyone's on the same page.
When OpTic loses, there's overreactions. But to be honest, I don't know if people are overreacting. I mean, it is crazy what has happened. It's crazy. Win a major, then go 1-6 is crazy.
I understand being upset and being like, what the fuck is going on? I think calling for a roster change is ludicrous.
Yes, calling for a roster change is absurd.
I'm not saying we're confused too and we're mind blown too. That does not mean you change the roster when you have one. It's a game of ebbs and flows, right? Just because you hit a valley does not mean you go and change rosters. I mean, that's not a team at that point. That's just individuals. I mean, the whole point of a team is sticking by each other through and through. On some non-corny shit, I'm not trying to be a fucking movie character, but you guys know what I mean. Like, you stick through the highs and lows, and you try to go get it done again.
Yep. And then let's talk about our final series of the day. It was Boston versus Carolina. Again, we feel for the boys on Carolina. You got to feel for them. They get the win today. They are the first team that goes 3-4 in the major qualifiers that is not in the winner's bracket, and it's at such a crazy, crazy time, too. I mean, not having a lifeline and I think they need minimum 2 wins at the major to make champs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they got 140 right now or 150. They're either at I think they're at 150.
I think 150 after today's win.
Yeah, they're at 150, so they're going to need minimum 2 wins at the major, not having that lifeline. If you're in winner's bracket and you win one match, I believe you get 20 points immediately because you're immediately top 6.
Night and day difference. And now if you're Carolina, you're like hoping other teams that are close to you don't go out there and start winning matches as well. It was a big series from Carolina. Ends up meaning nothing when it comes to the bracket for the major, but it does give him 10 CDL points. Tej had a great first map. Gwyn playing like his normal self, 1.3. Clayster popping off as well.
They need 1 win in Vegas to lose out. But what scares me about Vegas is that Vegas has looked solid. Who does Vegas play round 1?
Seattle.
So they play Seattle round 1.
That's a great matchup.
That is a great matchup, but I'd probably give the slight edge to Seattle in that series as of right now.
On LAN, I do. On LAN, I give it to Seattle.
Yeah, I give it because Seattle. What'd they get last major? Top 6.
Yeah,
top 6,
and
but they look
was
solid.
Playing lights out, so I don't know. I just have more faith for Seattle to go out there and do it on LAN than I do Vegas, but we'll see.
They're in winner's bracket, so they're going to need a loss to Seattle, and then they're also, I believe I saw people saying they're going to need a loss to Boston as well, and I wouldn't count on that if I'm Carolina.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Boston, they beat us. It shocked the fucking world, but in this series right here, I mean, Carolina goes in the first 2 maps and just drops it on their absolute foreheads. Boston comes back with a good Karachi control to win 3-0. And then map number 4, Carolina closes it out with a very, very close hard point. But still, those first 2 maps, I mean, people in the chat were like, that's how it should have looked for us yesterday. Like, we're in a must-win series against the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
and
yesterday,
look at this.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. I mean, especially because Priesta looks like prime LeBron against us yesterday and then comes out here and drops a 0.6 versus Carolina. It's just confusing.
7?
I'm not sure if it speaks to Boston's lack of consistency or more so worries me more about our team. The only thing I know about our team is that our ceiling is just so fucking high that if it just starts clicking again, everything's okay.
And again,
You can't say the same for some of these rosters, right? Like ceiling.
We talked about just what it can take and what can flip a team's confidence. Dude, it could take one map. You could be down 100 in a hard point. You could come back. That could fix everything. You could be down 5-3 in a surge, come back against a top team. That could give you the confidence that you need. I mean, you kind of see it at the major. You see it at the last major. We go in there. We beat FaZe finally. We get the monkey off our back. We come back, have some crazy clutches down the line in the Invasion Search, and then we go on to 4-0 steamroll Toronto in the finals. Yeah. Why? Because we had all the confidence in the world, and sometimes that's all it takes in Call of Duty. A little bit of confidence can go a long, long way, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a very, 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 very fast-paced game of chess because everybody's individual movements are so important. It's like, once again, I'm going to sound like a fucking broken record, but the reason confidence is so important is because you need to literally be playing off your gut instinct and like your instant intuition. Like the second you stop to really think about a play, you're already too late.
Yep.
So
I agree. All right, well, that was our weekend review. Unless you have any other matches you want to go over that stuck out to you, Zin.
I don't think any of them were impactful enough to really circle back on, to be honest. I mean, Thieves beating Vegas was...
Our loss to Boston.
Yeah,
I mean, that one's not great.
What's the point of beating the dead horse? I mean, it is... We understand. And I think everyone understands now after our opinion on it. What do we have next?
We got that team of the week is what we got next, and we've been being a little more interactive with this. I got two that are locked in right now. Okay. Chat, start spamming names. Who do you think deserves to be on the team of the week? Zinni, do you want me to go first, or you want to go first? You pick an AR, I'll pick a sub. How about that? What are you in Minecraft? I'll go first. How about that? It's Toby. Tobias, throw him up there. The guy is fucking nut. You knew I was going Toby?
I thought you were going to say Toby or Nero.
Oh, dude. Toby has been unbelievable. I mean, dude, he drops what? Pred goes 39. I'm pulling this out of my head, so if I'm a couple off, don't get mad at me. 39 and 27 on the high-rise control. And I thought, when you were watching his POV, it looked fucking insane. Yep. AG was winning every fight. And then you see Toby at the end of the map, he's got 40.
Yeah, no,
and you're like, how do you have 40 right now?
Such an impactful player as well. Just, I mean, you hear the way his teammates talk about him. We've played against him. I've played with him. Just so, like, a 40 bomb from him, and it's just so much easier to play with when it comes to, like, how aggressive he is and how selfless he is. Like, the fact that he's dropping these numbers right now at a consistent level, it's impressive. And I think Ultra are a scary team again.
And I just want to kind of pick apart his interview a little bit. He was giving some props to Dylan, saying how easy playing with Dylan makes the game feel for him now that he has a faster-paced SMG alongside of him. So, you know, their cohesion, it's looked good. Toronto look amazing. I mean, right now, are Toronto the favorites going into Major 4?
I personally have them winning the Major right now.
It's either Toronto or FaZe, so take your pick.
I mean, I'll spoil. I have a Toronto FaZe final right now for our mock bracket, and we'll obviously do that a little later. But
all right, go ahead. You can pick an AR, buddy, if you want some help.
Dude, I might just go Scrap.
Scrappy Doodle?
Scrap or Ghosty is where I'm at right now, and I think I have to go Scrap.
You're going Scrappy Doodle, the absolute long neck himself. I mean, yeah, he's
that pool skimmer, skinny dick, pencil dick bastard. Dude.
He's always great, man. This guy, I mean, dude, he can be a real douche sometimes, but wow, he is good. I mean, he
plays the character well. He's a nice kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. But I mean, dude, there's just maps where he takes over. We see it on the sub-base hardpoint today against us. Whenever he's on, and he's one of the best ARs in the game, if not the best. I mean, he's definitely up there in the conversation. You could put him on pretty much every team of the week. Oh, no glaze intended on that. Yeah, Scrap, insane. Toronto, again, looking like potential favorites for the Major.
Yeah.
All right, chat, your guys' turn.
Can I just go? I want to put Nero on it, personally.
Dude, I'm cool with putting Nero on there.
I think Nero... A highlight reel, Vegas playing very well recently. Of course, they had a loss to Thieves, but for the most part, like Vegas are looking like a top 6 roster right now. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Nero deserves a spot. I mean, he goes off in their match. He's been great recently. Honestly, all of Vegas been playing pretty well as well. Attach picking it up again. Johnny as well. I think the addition of Johnny, their pacing looks a bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like flawless in the sense where natural, I want to say. Like their pacing just looks natural. Like they just look like they're on pace now. So yeah, I think I think Nero deserves a spot here.
Nero's takeover is kind of crazy. Whenever he's on, and dude, watching his POV when he's feeling it is the kid's nasty, man. I don't think it's any surprise. Vegas again, they play Seattle round number 1. I'm very curious to see how that pans out. Do you think Vegas or Seattle could make a run at the major? Potentially, dude. I'm telling you.
I mean, dude,
middle of the pack teams are here to play.
Us being in losers opens up a potential top 4 spot if we don't make a crazy run.
That's fair.
So, I mean, the answer is yeah. I mean, honestly, I think this is the major for Vegas or Seattle to go place top 4 when one of the top 4 teams is in the losers bracket.
Last up, chat is spamming Daniel Ghosty.
I think Ghosty's a good shout.
My original jot down was Sib.
Dante's been playing fucking great.
Dante has been playing insane, so I just wanted to throw an honorable mention out to Sib. Chat, you guys are the ones that pick it. I'm fine throwing Daniel up there as well. I think he had what do you have today? 1.3 something?
It was something solid.
I mean, it's Daniel Ghosty. A lot of people have been saying free Ghosty from the Thieves, but now the Thieves are starting to look better. I mean, again, they get their first win over a top 4 team, their first of the year, backs against the wall, reverse sweep for the Thieves to get themselves that much closer to punching their ticket to champs. Daniel Ghosty. We love him. We don't like his team nades, but we love him. Daniel Ghosty. Easy. Throw him up there. All right, that is our
team of the week, I think. I mean, I think all these players have been going above and beyond. Once again, as always, definitely a couple more players that could have made the team of the week, and we all would have probably agreed on, but I want to shout out those individuals for going crazy during the last weekend of the online split. That's our team of the week.
Yep, team of the week. Done. All right, now we've got our 1 versus 2, ladies and gentlemen. It's none other than JP Krez. Oh, shit,
my
you're
God,
here?
He's walking in like the Undertaker, dude. I thought he's about to pop up on the screen.
Oh, my God, yeah, I thought you were about to pop up on the screen, too.
What's
Here,
up, bro?
come sit down.
Yeah.
Wait, Riley, do we want him on the couch or do we want him It doesn't matter? First off, come up, you don't have to get up.
No, I'll get up.
What's that, brother?
First time on the breakdown.
You're welcome, brother.
Happy to be here. Obviously not the best situation to be on the couch, but
It's
yeah.
not the best. First off, I got to ask you, what was up with the avocado yesterday? I put you on blast. Everyone was
Oh
like,
my
dude, that's
God.
fucking normal. Dude, he was carrying around an avocado in his backpack.
I've started doing some meal prepping, and I figured, you know what? Like, the avocado was going really well with the salmon and rice, so might as well try and sneak one into the
Dude,
office and
you're
and
good.
put it
That's a
in.
good pick.
They all roasted me. They were fucking cooking my shit. They said that's very normal, but something about bringing an
Hey,
avocado to
I
this
appreciate them
office.
having my back, though.
Oh, yeah, they always got your back. Well, let's get into it. We don't want to bombard you with questions, obviously.
And there's
Oh no, I
obviously
mean anything's fair game. Like
Anything's fair
what,
game.
what do you want to talk about? Respawn search. Like honestly, like we had a lot of talks after, or like just now after the match. I think what you guys were saying on the couch before was like pretty warranted. Like, it's to me, like looking from outside perspective, and Damon, it's a confidence thing at first, and it all kind of stems from that. But like the one thing I do want to say is I don't want to hear anything about like anyone being content with this or complacency or whatever. Like I feel like we're working as hard, or if not harder than before the major, to try and get this back on track, because like, obviously no one's in a situation where we're like trying to not do well. Like we are trying our hardest to like
and
actively improve this.
that was already one of my questions, but just have you guys been playing more or less since the major? And dude, sometimes overplaying is a thing. Like chat was saying, and they were like kind of spot on, but they were like, yo, go take a team vacation, which obviously you can't do right now, but sometimes a little break from the game can go a long way. Do you think it's like not an overplaying thing, but do you think like, I don't know, just talk to me about how much you guys have been practicing.
I mean, we've been practicing just, I mean, the same amount, but more so like contingent on some more VOD stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I guess you could say like an overwatching thing could be possibly a thing.
Overwatching is definitely a thing.
Yeah, like because I've seen that in previous teams that I've had before too, where it's like, you know, people keep bringing up mistakes in VOD, and it's like, okay, is now this person like they don't want to make a play because they don't want to make mistakes because they don't want to be called out
because they
in
watched the VOD and they took it too
like,
serious.
At a certain point, we all have to be content with each other to improving what we want to do. Because at a certain point, I mean, you guys have both been there where it's like, you know, you're not doing too well in scrims, but like, I wouldn't even say I would say maybe like the week before we weren't like as ourselves in scrims, but this past week was like honestly like a pretty decent scrim week for us. So going into that Boston match, that was kind of surprising for us that like we didn't do well and kind of reverted back.
We were all surprised when we lost to Boston.
But you guys know in practice, like if you want to get something done in terms of like actually improving one certain aspect, whether it's, you know, refilling this or flowing this way, like you're going to keep hammering that in until
100%.
it gets fixed, right? And then if it doesn't get fixed, like obviously that's a problem. And having that recognition of like, can you do that in the match? Are you going to keep doing it in scrims? Is something that like all teams are going through.
Yeah. And I feel like towards the back end, just towards the end of the year, I mean, Zin, I'm just going to shoot another question off if you're...
Please. I mean, honestly,
how much...
This one's like more so for him to just...
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
You know, like, I don't have a question. I'm saying like, go ahead, but like, I feel like what you're saying is very relatable as like a former player. And it's like, I think anybody saying the boys are complacent and not practicing enough, like, bro.
Yeah, like the
how
complacency,
the
like,
know?
Oh, we should drop this person, like this person needs to get replaced. Like, dude, we literally just won the major. That's the biggest thing for us where it's like, we know we have the potential.
Oh, we've been shutting chat down.
That's the hardest part for us as like a whole team, because it's like everyone's on the same page. Like, we know we have the potential if we like get past this, like this little bump that we have, you know, first is our ceiling. Like, we literally won the last tournament. So it's, can we play like we did on that Sunday with that confidence that we did against Toronto in the major finals every single time we, you know, match up against anyone, you know?
And, we were kind of talking a little bit about how like a moment can change a team's whole dynamic. And I feel like watching the last major, that moment was on the invasion search against FaZe. It was like after that Brandon clutch where they fucking scammed, and then you go into the final against Toronto and it was like nothing. Like, you guys, I was talking to Ann, he's like, we just knew we were going to win at that point.
Yeah,
and sometimes that's all it takes is that one little thing to push you over the hump. But I got to ask, obviously the patch comes out. This whole major online qualifier has been on a new patch. MCW gets buffed. Trophies get reworked. So now teams are running 3 trophies in respawns, 2 in search, right?
Yeah.
How do you put any of the weight or of the blame onto that, because now the game's a little cheesier?
No,
you get zapped a little more with the AR.
I guess it is a little cheesier. Like, the MCW is for sure like more OP, but you know, that's not an excuse for how we're playing. Like, obviously all of us know like what we could be doing better. We've talked about it. Like, we even talked about like our search woes and changing some stuff going into the major, because we know obviously that's a problem. And like what you guys were saying, like we're way too good to be not doing creative things in other areas, or, you know, if we're playing info spots, actually like being able to communicate off of that info, figure out what the fuck we want to do with that info. You know, we all have good ideas, and that's the thing is like we scrim, we have these good ideas, but if we revert back to habits in matches, then like who cares, you know? That's
always hard. Like, You go over shit in scrims, but once the match comes around, you add a little bit of pressure into the mix. Who knows how it's gonna pan out? And I completely agree with what you're saying. Like, I mean, today we went through like 3 or 4 clips of the search and destroy just on 6-star.
Oh yeah,
day.
I was watching the back.
The retakes with the smokes on both sites. I mean,
and
teams are just ready for that.
I know these guys, and they know each other. It's like we are way too good to not being more creative than relying on Ant Smoke to have us retake a site.
Ant Smokes goes in, one ways it on the tip of it, gets a kill, gets like.
Yeah, but like I trust these guys because they have these good ideas. It's can we react off that info effectively, and can we actually like, if we have an idea, communicate it. Like, if you are a P3 and you have the most info on the guy coming up B on 6-star, like inside the pool, like either you have to be making that call, or someone else has to be making that call, and then we have to be working together on that.
Yeah,
and it's like everyone realizes that, but we gotta like actually put it together. And I have full faith like with them.
Easier.
It's a confidence thing. Like I said, you get one. What it reminds me of is last year when we picked up Dan, Major 3. We got 3-0'd by Boston, got sent to loser bracket. We had to go to Game 5 versus London, but inside that Game 5 was that Mercado. where we came back like 100 points down.
Oh my gosh.
So you get one confidence win off the bat like that, and you're soaring through the loser bracket.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking to do right here, because obviously like we didn't play enough or well enough in like the online matches. We all know that. We're all trying to work on that, obviously. But we're like, those are the cards we're dealt. We have to start in loser bracket, so we're gonna work with what we have.
Sure. What it comes down to. I mean, it just, I don't know. I'm not saying this is happening, but like, of course there's compounding pressure, loss after loss, no matter what team you're on, but especially when you're under the microscope of being an OpTic player. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think the team in search plays very like reactionary right now instead of proactive. And I'm not sure if this is true, but like, I'm sure, or maybe like the individual confidence to go make a play. It's like, oh fuck, I don't want to go get blooded, or I don't want to go misstep on the map. And then that just that second of overthinking changes the entire like flow of the map.
Or even like giving some teams too much respect in that case. Like that's something that we've talked about before too, but and something like Damon's been talking about a lot, but it's like, or I think it was Ken or Damon, but it becomes a problem when we fall into a trap of doing something, but when that's done against us, it's countered completely. So it's like we are allowing them to do things that we aren't ourselves able to do.
Yeah.
And that's obviously an issue, and that's something we need to work on, because it's like sometimes we're just giving teams too much respect of like, oh, we're not going to go A here because they might have trophies here, but it's like, okay, but
we were talking about that earlier.
We don't necessarily need to do that. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so I do. The thing is, like, I have full confidence. Like, everyone has full confidence that we can just bounce back from this. But we have to like do it.
It just has to happen. It's not like I do agree. Like, I feel like overwatching and like sort of overthinking is kind of like the worst possible. It's so hard to escape because like, I mean, as a player, you want to get wins, you want to fix the issues, so you're trying to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
It can actually be, I guess, a little counterintuitive to really nitpick. Because once you start nitpicking, then people start hesitating their personal plays, which then impacts the full team.
Mm.
But, I mean, you made a good point. Like last year's match against London, that one map, like every player knows that's all it takes.
100%.
One map can transform an entire team and change an entire tournament just based on like one scenario. It's actually crazy how it works.
Dude,
it's
COD
like,
is crazy.
It's so hard to explain. It's like this mental shift, and everybody starts trusting each other more. It's just like, it's genuinely crazy, but obviously we're all hoping that the boys go out there and fucking do the thing, right? The first round matchup is that matchup to go out there and win it, and then we've seen losers bracket wins before, right? Just start compounding those wins and that confidence. So
it's honestly like turning everything into what we think it can be, because like we know we have that potential. All the players know we have that potential. It's just actually like doing it in the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, we know you guys have the potential too, which is why I sit here all day and I'm like, I still got hope that they can go to the major and make a run. It's been done before. You like you said, you get one good win under your belt and it can really catapult you. How's the team's overall morale? I mean, are the vibes low? Or is it more so just focusing on?
They're probably low.
I mean, they were. I'll be honest, like they were pretty low after the Boston match. But like going today, like we knew we were starting loser bracket. It's like, just go out there,
do your best.
And everyone going into LAN, like, obviously, like I hate putting on online, but no one likes online.
No.
And going to LAN is a new, fresh perspective where it's like, all right, let's just go in loser bracket and become the Grim Reapers down there. Like having a different mindset of like, okay, these are the cards we're dealt here. Like this is the ones we dealt for ourselves, but let's they want to make champs. All right, let's knock them off. Like we have to play these guys. They beat us online. All right, let's knock them off at LAN. So
fuck them.
You have to shift your mindset in that sense. So
yeah,
sure.
I mean, and I feel like you kind of hit every nail on the head because I mean, I personally don't have any more questions beyond that because I
got plenty of questions.
I think it all stems from confidence. So then you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, how much of the struggles in search do you think it comes from? So obviously when you win a major, you got a target on your back now. Everyone's hyper fixating on your gameplay. They're watching your VOD.
Yeah.
Do you think teams are over analyzing the VOD now and that's why it's catching us off? Like, do you think we've adapted the play style from the major? Because again, we played Invasion 3 times on Sunday at the major.
Yeah.
And that was kind of just our bread and butter. We won 2 game 5s and then game 2 in the final. Do you think teams have went and just reshaped their game to counter our game now after the win?
I mean, probably like after you win, all eyes are on you. Like that's gonna go for every tournament. But the thing is, like we we started playing these other maps because obviously Invasion was getting vetoed versus us in a lot of these
Every
matches.
series,
so
right?
like we were playing more Karachis and stuff, but it's like we have to stick to the stuff that was helping us win in the first place. And if we deviate from that, that's when things might go wrong.
Yeah.
And obviously, like adapting to the new map, like we play Karachi, and we had not played Karachi for the entire stage because it just kept getting vetoed versus us. So when we played Karachi, I guess it was versus Vegas. It was the first time we played it since Ordnance Gloves versus New York in a match.
Yeah, someone said today that Toronto had Ordnance on. I couldn't tell. I don't know if they did.
I doubt it. So
Yeah, there's no
but
way.
regardless, like, so we had to start playing these other maps, and the thing is, like, I don't even think what I was saying before in terms of what we were trying to do and what fixes we're trying to implement or going to implement are kind of map dependent. I think they're more like just game mode, just overall field development, kind of like what you were saying with the confidence thing. It's like that confidence thing translates to all game modes. It's not even just
and that's
like
why I
a
said,
search thing or a hard point thing.
I was like, all right, now I'm getting a little worried because, I mean, we lose the sub base today to Toronto. It's our best map in mode. We lose the high rise. We got hoed on high rise. I mean, you could talk about the propane all day
but
long.
The thing is, like, yeah, sure, the propane explodes, we die off of it, but like there were parts of that map where we could have flowed to the point better, or like,
oh yeah, there's always things
other
you can
things
do
that you can nitpick, but again, yeah. Like, when has the propane ever gone our way? I swear it's like 1 to 7
dude,
on the other side, you know?
It's like it's starting to become like we saw FaZe get absolutely demolished by it. They double team killed, then Cell got team kill penaltied, and he couldn't respawn for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then today we see us lose the map. Basically not lose the map because of it, but it played a big part. I mean, we had them in like a god spot.
Yeah.
We had 2 on point. Pred was their right windows. They got to play for him. It's not an excuse. We just got unlucky. But yeah, we don't want that confidence to bleed into the HP because, again, I feel like at the major we were probably one of the best HP teams there.
Yeah.
And then control as well. I mean, we've been so in control, I would say.
Yeah.
But we just don't want it to bleed into the other modes.
No, 100%. But the thing I really want to get down is like for anyone that's like worried or like is like, oh, we should drop this person, or oh, like they're not working. Like everyone is on the same page of like we need to fix this. Obviously, it's an issue. Like you can't just chalk it up to online. Like we know we have to be better.
Has there been a dip in like the scrim win percentages, and it's like the matches are like just a complete surprise?
I'll be honest. So I was saying before, but I don't know how to federal this is, but like this last week was actually like a really like it was like a good week, like before major 3.
Yeah.
Basically the same as that. The week before that was a little bit, it took a dip, but that was because like we had just came off those 2 losses and now we were like, okay, we got to fix what the fuck's going on over here.
And now it's like crunch time too.
And now it's crunch time. But like honestly, going into this weekend, I was pretty confident we were going to go back to what it was like before. So it was unfortunate that we reverted back, but that's just, now we have to just go to LAN and show up.
Sure.
I do have one question, and you might not be able to answer it, and it is federal, so please, if you don't have to answer it.
Yeah.
Are you scrimming against the same teams, or are
we're scrimming every team regardless of ability.
Okay.
We're scrimming top teams, we're scrimming bottom teams, mid teams, everything.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Well, JP, thanks for coming on. I think you came in hot. Like I had like 3 or 4 questions.
And I'm glad you did.
In your first like monologue, you kind of hit and touched all of them. I mean, yeah, a lot of it's based around like just search, confidence, all that stuff. So thank you for coming on. Can we get a W spam for JP for coming on?
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you guys for.
I mean, obviously,
it's not easy to come face the heat.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I felt like it was needed for someone to at least like talk about it. Like we've all been talking about it in the back here, so it's like you guys haven't had like some type of public facing thing. But just to like reassure you guys, like we're working on it. We know the problems. It's not like we're complacent with 1 win. Major 4 is still here. Champs is still here. So
yes, sir.
Obviously it's a dip, but we just got to build that up next major.
Thank you for coming on, man. Seriously,
thank you.
I appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate it.
That bull, JP. Thanks, buddy.
Great interview, man. Great insight.
Great, Jamie.
I think hit the nail on the head. Confidence, reassuring that the team is practicing just as hard. that always blows my mind is when people are like, oh, they're complacent with their win. It's like, you have no idea what the fuck they're doing in that room. Like,
Yeah.
it's hilarious when people grasp for straws to try and just stir a conversation. I get it, but still. Great interview. Great to hear from JP. Good to hear that at least the scrims this last week have looked good, right? It's not like I'd be a little more worried if we're getting fucking put down in scrims and we're losing matches. Like, at least we're still...
It's good that we're winning scrims and coming to the
practice.
matches
Exactly.
and getting surprised.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like you said, you're getting slammed in scrims and matches. It's like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
At least we're winning scrims. We just got to put it together in the matches. Ladies and gentlemen, that was brought to you by Omen. We've got a special offer today only from our friends at Omen. They're bringing you ultimate gaming gear and a killer deal on the Omen Transcend laptop and their stunning 240 Hz Omen 27QS gaming monitor. Head over to HP.com and use code HP OpTic 25, no spaces, for an additional $25 off the already discounted price and unleash your true gaming potential. Whether you're gaming on the go or streaming from your setup, Omen has what you need. Deal ends today. Go to HP.com and shop now before it's gone and use code HP OpTic 25 for an extra 25 off the sale. Again, huge shouts out to Omen for sponsoring the watch party and the breakdown, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you to Omen.
Let's switch gears a little bit here.
Rapid fire time?
It's rapid fire time, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
So we've got rapid fire, and then
this
I think
one's
we do
been-
our mock bracket, and then we do...
Did we do thin ice, or did we just like
I
kinda
think we've covered it.
we've come to a common understanding of who's on thin ice?
Yeah, I think we've covered it. I mean,
I don't think
obviously,
we need to do the whole segment.
We're on
Optics
thin
on
ice.
thin ice, guys.
I mean, we're on thin ice. We've been going over it the whole fucking episode. We
Yeah.
have not been playing good.
yeah.
We got to get back to where we were. 1-6 is
This
crazy.
Guy's sick. Hold on, I just gotta call it out because JP was just on. He goes, he could also be lying.
I mean, he could be, but
Oh, I love shit like that.
all right, here we
Guys,
go.
we got the rapid fire segment. I've been getting it rigged against me for a while now. So
Riley,
I'm
spin
hoping,
that wheel.
I'm hoping these are a little more even here. I'm tired of it.
Spin that wheel.
I'm tired of losing cash.
So we're gonna do rapid fire. We're gonna do our mock bracket. We're gonna skip plays of the week for this week, and then we're gonna do guess that Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
I fucking love the game show
Wedding
segments.
gift. Well, he's already getting a wedding gift, but I love that. Hell yeah. Come on, wedding gift. Oh my God. All right. All right. Big boy.
50 gifted. Oh my gosh.
Okay. You want me to ask you first, like always?
Yeah.
Chat, you guys know the name of the game. We have 10 questions for each other. On go, there's going to be a 60-second
50
countdown.
gifted. Fuck.
My opponent and I have to get as many questions right within those 60
I got
seconds
the wedding to
as
pay
possible.
for, chat. 50 gifted. Fuck. You owe me 15, so it's 35. Here we go.
All right. On go, Riley. 3, 2, 1, go. Which player is the stage 4 KD leader?
So, Scrap?
Yeah. What is my nickname on console Valorant?
Tony?
No.
Tony Two Tits?
No. When was the last time OpTic started a major and losers bracket?
Vanguard.
What major?
That's insane. Major 4?
Correct. How many days had Zed gone without shaving before yesterday?
107?
No. What was the score of the LA Thieves versus Vegas map 1 on Friday? Jesus.
250 to 48.
Nope. Which player
was it?
45. Which player was the subject of Toronto's lost dog post-match tweet? Like, who was it about?
Kleenex?
No.
Jamie.
No. Who posted that they hit double digits at the Hex quarters?
Davis.
Which player has the most 100-plus kill series
Chauncey.
this season? Which player dropped his first 100 bomb of the season yesterday?
Hook, but in deaths.
No. Who was the only team to not win a round 11 S&D this year?
Boston?
No, Legion. You got 4 right.
Yo, Riley.
Those are a little difficult
Riley,
comparatively.
what the fuck? I'm looking at his questions. What the fuck is that?
Okay, hold on. I'm ready.
All
I might
right, well,
bottle it
he
for-
wins.
Wait, no way. Really?
Dude,
It's
your
that
questions
crazy?
are fucking easy.
Is that crazy?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Which player is
Wait, no,
Seth's...
no, no. Wait, 3, 2, 1, go.
Which
Wait,
player
wait,
is...
wait, no. You say
Which
it.
player is Seth's favorite listener in the CDL?
Hook.
What was Boston's series losing streak going into yesterday?
13.
No. Which team holds all 4 top spots for most series wins in a single CDL season?
FaZe.
Name the 2 CDL franchises that have never qualified for champs.
London and Vegas.
No. Which S&D bomb site has the highest plant win percentage of the year?
Skip.
Which player hit a 4-piece to save Map 1 Vista yesterday?
Stellium.
Which team is currently undefeated on Vista Hardpoint?
Toronto?
Nope. Name any 2 players that have yet to drop below a .8 in a series this year.
Simp? Scrap.
Which team got 3-piece by propane and lost the map?
FaZe. Victory. GG. Next segment.
That's fucking insane.
Now you know how I feel.
No, that was
GG.
that was disgusting.
GG. Wait, what was the S&D plant bomb site?
Karachi B.
I wasn't going to get that. Yeah, do the rest. Which ones did I get wrong? Who's never qualified for champs? I thought Vegas
LAG
has
in
it.
Vegas.
Oh, I was going to say LAG.
Boston was on a 15 losing streak.
Damn, I thought it was 13.
Seattle's undefeated on Vista.
Really? Okay, I wasn't going to get
And
that.
then which player tied the record for most deaths in a series Friday?
Tyler?
Yeah.
Damn, GG. I feel like those are pretty even, man.
Yeah, dude, those were so even. It's unbelievable.
I do feel like those actually
Put up
weren't
the bracket,
as
please,
crazy
Riley.
as you think. Now, what do you guys think? Be honest and don't be biased. Be completely honest. Were those questions even, somewhat even, incredibly lopsided? I want to know what you guys actually think. Because obviously you're a little upset. I've been there, trust me, multiple times the past few shows. It's all right. You got it. I think Ultra win LAG first round.
Yeah, I think I would say that as well.
I think this one I do think Heretics have potential. I think Thieves are the better team right now.
I would probably get, I mean, well, just looking at Heretics LAN, just looking at their LAN record for the year,
They're terrible on LAN.
I think you have to give it to Thieves right
but
here.
Thieves are not great on LAN either. I don't think Thieves.
Yeah,
haven't
but
they placed top 12 every single major?
They're better than the Heretics.
That's fair. I'm going Thieves too. This one, FaZe New York. This is the first time where I think this series I
Will be
could
close?
give to New York because of how good Sib's been playing. Hydra always performs against FaZe, I feel like. My X factor for this is Kismet. I'm giving a slight edge to FaZe still.
Yeah,
But if you want to put it to New York, I wouldn't argue that.
I think you have to give it to FaZe here. I think subliners definitely, like you said, have a good chance in this, but I think you have to give this to FaZe. And then this last one is tough. This last one's tough.
I still give it to Surge, man. I think on LAN,
Dude,
I've
Legion
seen more
have
from
pop-off
Surge.
potential, though.
but I haven't seen it on LAN. Surge has performed on LAN. Legion has not. Legion, this most recent Major 3, was that was the most confident we've been in them. We had them as the 5th best team in the world. They went to the Major and bowed out early. So until Vegas shows me on LAN, I give it to Seattle.
I'm giving Seattle the edge, but I think this one is the hardest of the first.
I'm not saying it's going to be
round to call.
lopsided. I just think we got to give it to Surge here.
Yeah, no, I'm fine giving it to Seattle. This is going to be Gorillas dropping down. Let's just set it all up, and it's going to be Heretics dropping
Miami,
down, Subliners dropping down, and the Legion dropping down.
I think we work from the bottom up because I feel like these two are fucking free. Legion and New York Subliners advance. I have not seen anything from the breach to give them even a chance.
I think NYSL Rocker could be closer than you think, though. I still have New York winning. I still have New York winning the series.
Rocker's slaying is just so ever since Standy started getting shit on, they don't have Linz is starting to shoot again, but no one else is shooting with him.
Again.
And Standy's getting shit on now, so it's only Linz right now. Pierce is kind of okay. Pierce has.
I got
decent
upset
maps.
potential in that series, though. I got upset potential. I still think New York's going to win the series, but I got upset potential Minnesota, New York.
Okay, let's talk Miami versus OpTic.
I think we're going to beat Miami. We
might get called biased for this, but I totally agree. I feel like
we're going to beat Miami,
bro. Crazy how we think how we're going to get hate for picking OpTic versus Miami here.
Dude, we are going to beat Miami 100%. Oh my God, here comes the jinx comments. But if Miami has been Pred's fucking jungle gym this year, Vic will talk shit.
That is true.
Pred's been
AG
slamming.
slams him every time.
We should beat Miami. And then LAG Ravens. I got Ravens as the better team right now.
I also give it to Ravens. I do think LAG does have this weird kind of land potential sometimes. I'm not sure if they still have it, but I do agree. I feel like I agree with this entire list so far. Like,
Pred
truly.
plays with Miami's balls is crazy, but you're not wrong, OJ.
He does.
Back up to the winners bracket. I think Ultra walks to the finals. I think Ultra right now are my favorites.
You think
of the
Ultra
tournament.
walk to the finals even if it's FaZe? And I do
to
have
the,
FaZe,
to the winners
by the way.
finals, not grand finals.
Okay.
I
I have
think
an Ultra FaZe winners final personally.
Ultra FaZe. I agree. If it's not Ultra FaZe, I will be fucking shocked. I will be absolutely shocked.
Okay, does it flip now?
Yep, it flips.
So now Thieves will go to bottom right here. Put Thieves at the very, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Thieves, and then we'll have Seattle down here as well. You're right there.
Yep, Seattle in the top one.
No,
Nope.
top one. Well, I think we beat Carolina. I don't really know how. I don't know. Because I do think we are still better than these teams.
I think we beat Carolina.
I think we're better than these teams.
I think we beat Carolina. I could see us losing to Carolina, but I think we are going to beat Carolina. Now, this is where it gets scary.
I can see us losing to Miami as well.
This is where it gets scary, though, because now we play Surge, and Surge is a good search and destroy team, and search and destroy has been our downfall.
We might lose to Surge.
That's what I'm saying. I might have us ducking out to Surge.
Fuck me, it's terrifying. Let's talk New York Legion first. This one, another matchup where I think Legion could take it. I still take New York.
Yeah, I feel like you got to give it to New York. And then we'll get a rematch. If this all pans out and we get a rematch of Thieves NY after Thieves just reverse swept NY to fucking keep their winners bracket. Or not keep winners bracket. To get 10 points for champs. I'm taking NY as well. But I could see Legion winning that.
Yeah.
I could see Legion winning that.
100%.
Ultra FaZe, I got Ultra. I got Ultra making it to the grand finals through winners. And that's fucking crazy.
No, I agree with that.
Because then the losers bracket becomes fucking hell on earth.
I said it earlier. I think it's a FaZe Ultra final, personally, in the end of it. I hate to say it, based on our search and destroy gameplay, while I do think we're the better team than Surge, right now, at this very moment, I'm going to go Surge.
Yeah, I don't even blame you. I mean, again, if it's a map 2 and 5 guaranteed loss, it's hard to say we're going to beat a strong search and destroy team.
It's this weird, like, I don't know, phenomenon or like weird little thing where I don't know whether to judge them based on the potential we have or what I've been seeing recently.
You have to go off what we're seeing. I mean, yeah, it's online, but LAN is definitely a different ball game. There's no sound EQ, none of that shit that people always love to claim.
Bro, I don't know. No, I think we beat Surge. I think we can win all 3 respawns against Surge.
You think we beat Surge?
Yeah, they are not good at control.
Yeah.
Man, I just don't know.
But if they steal a respawn, it gets hairy.
I'm not
Listen,
sure.
you can have us beating Surge if you want, but
I don't know. Seth, what do you think? Because I can see this one going either way, and once again, I'm stuck at this weird crossroads of what I've been seeing versus what I just think what will happen. So I really don't know.
I think we're going to beat Surge. If I'm going off of my brain, I think we're beating Surge.
Holy fuck, we're biased. Let's go OpTic.
I don't think we're I mean,
I'm just kidding.
And then I'm going
New York.
You think NY wins this?
I think New York win.
Okay, well, I think we lose to NY.
New York's been New York's been better. I think New York beat us at this point. Only because I'm confident in all the teams we have us beating right now that we can just smoke them and respawn if we show up like ourselves. Search, different story. New York has great respawn and great search, which is why I feel like if this matchup happens right now, New York take it. And I think we see a FaZe New York losers final and then once again an Ultra FaZe grand final.
I mean, to be honest,
which I feel like we somehow always end up with.
If we get top 4 after this split, I think a lot of people obviously won't consider that a win, but a lot of people will be like, okay, that's at least acceptable. Top 4, it's going into champs. I feel like we got to at least get top 4 just for the team's mental state. But yeah, I'm going NY. I can't say that we're going to beat NY after going 1-6. I just can't.
I feel like this list is pretty good. The only controversial thing, which is crazy, is how far we have us making it. Because obviously, I'm sure a lot of people right now are like, hell no, they're not making a run.
I could see us losing to Surge. I could see us losing to Ravens. I mean, we just...
Based on how we've been playing, let's not sugarcoat it. We could lose to fucking Miami. I mean, if we show up as this version, we're losing to Miami.
I still think we beat Miami.
If we show up like how we've been playing the past 2 days, no, we do not.
Dude, Miami, I'm telling you, Pred's the boogeyman.
I mean, but that would mean that we're playing better than we have been online.
Pred's the boogeyman against Miami. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The search is what matters. They could steal a respawn for sure. FaZe NY. I got FaZe Ultra FaZe Grand Final.
You got Ultra taking it?
Right now, I got Ultra taking it. It's going to come down to their map pools and who's more prepared for a longer series. But I think right now I would take Ultra, but something's telling me that it's going to be FaZe.
Really?
Something's telling me it's going to be FaZe.
I was going to go Ultra, so we need to agree on one. I'm never going to argue with FaZe in this scenario when it's a FaZe Ultra final because I do think either team could win. I think Ultra looked great recently, man. I truly do.
Yeah, but I just feel like something's telling me FaZe. Something's telling me FaZe.
Let's go FaZe then. Let's go FaZe.
You're fine with FaZe?
I'm fine with it. Dude, yeah, how could I not be fine with FaZe?
I got FaZe winning the major.
I'm fine with either team. That's our bracket, folks. Feel like it's pretty solid. I have Legion bowing out again early as well. Until I see something on land from Legion, I don't really have much faith in them. I have New York over
FaZe
Rocker.
has not beaten Ultra on land this year.
Hey, I was gonna say Ultra just so we're on the same page. If this was my list, mine would look the exact same. Besides, I'd have Ultra there.
The reason why I say FaZe, and it's not like FaZe has had the best track record in finals either, but dude, the last couple finals, I mean, Ultra did win an event this year, but we've seen Ultra get 5-0'd, 4-0'd. Like, we've seen some pretty lopsided finals.
Yeah.
And it seems like they kind of get ran on with if the momentum's not in their favor, they kind of get ran on. So I'm taking FaZe.
That's fair.
I'm taking FaZe. FaZe Clan Major 4 winners.
Okay.
Hey, you can't say we jinxed the boys this time.
That's true.
Can't say it.
Hopefully they come and win it.
Did we predict the boys to win last major in our mock bracket?
I thought we did.
I think we did too.
So we're not a jinx.
I'm pretty sure we did too, and nobody brought that up conveniently.
So we are officially not a jinx. If we go back and find out that to be true, then we're not a jinx.
If that's true, chat.
We had FaZe OpTic in the grand final, and we did not pick a winner.
Yo.
We picked FaZe? Oh, shit, we picked FaZe.
So we picked FaZe?
So we are a jinx?
Oh, man. So we picked the opposite team, and they ended up winning. We might be jinxes.
That's good, right?
No.
For us.
That's not good.
No, I get what you're saying. We should have picked against. So we should have had us going home first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our last segment. Guess that pro. Hand me those whiteboards, Riley. Maybe Riley gave me some softballs here after that absolute horseshit rapid fire.
So the chat was actually saying that was probably the most even it's been recently.
They don't believe that. They're just saying that to disagree and hurt my feelings. It's fucking sick. It's a sick game that we play. It's a sick game we play.
That's what they were saying. They were saying you asked me way slower than I asked you, which I do think is true.
Dude, your questions were far and away easier. I was getting specific numbers of maps.
Hey, to be fair, it's a random generator. Okay, what do you want to put on this? 10?
Dude.
You can get 10 back, so you give me 25?
Sure.
Or you give me 45?
Sure.
Okay.
Here we go. Began competing in 2007.
Good Lord.
Part of a COD Dynasty team. Multi-time COD Champs winner.
This one's easy as fuck. Close chats. Don't look. Look away.
I know who it is, man.
We both know who this is. Yeah, we have the same person. We both picked Clay.
Clayster. That was a real brain buster there, Riley. Real brain buster.
We both picked Clayster. Nah, Riley's good for always getting us at least once.
Yeah, he's going to fuck us once here, for sure. 2013.
2013.
Knows a thing or two about playing under the lights.
Oh, it's so free, dude. Oh, what the fuck, dude? This is the freest. Riley, don't do this, man. It's Zuma, dude. Holy free. We're about to tie.
We're about to fucking tie.
Unless we had the last one.
All right, who can it be? 2012. Most recent event win 2022. Part of the most infamous Game 5 Round 11s in COD history.
What was 2022? Vanguard?
Uh,
I have one written down. Let me know when you're ready to turn.
3, 2, 1.
Go. Is it Ricky?
Assault. I got 10 back.
Thank you. GG. I see those chats, Riley? Ricky, I knew it. Ricky, I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I saw the outline, I knew it.
Wait, what? His most recent event was 2022?
Coaching LAG.
So stupid. All right.
GG 45. We're streaming console Valorant tonight.
You're not getting it tonight. You're not getting it tomorrow. You'll get it after the wedding.
That is weird. Why would you rather do it after the wedding? That makes no sense.
Huh? You're getting scammed.
No, because I'll read my text when I owed you gifted.
You are getting scammed.
Let me see. Where is it at? 30 gifted. I need to find it now.
You are getting scammed.
30 gifted, please. Then you said 30 now. And then I came and dropped 30. GG's, guys. Tony wins both games today.
Oh my gosh, were you in that round 11?
Oh my god, I didn't even like look. I knew it before that one.
Oh, you already knew
Black
it?
Ops 3. Okay. Oh, that was against him? Or who's it against?
Yeah. Oh, Riley's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
All right,
Riley's-
guys. Thank you guys very much for tuning into the breakdown. That was our last regular season breakdown of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. You guys have a great rest of your night, and we will see you guys when we see you next. Next watch party's at Champs.
See you guys then.
So
Love
we will
you.
see you guys on the watch party at Champs. Have a good rest of your night.